Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach NBA channel. In this video, we're going to review week 10 of the 2025-26 NBA Supercoach season, as well as preview week 11. So I should have got this video out last night, but got a bit too engrossed in the Big Bash game and kind of forgot. It's that time of year where there's a lot going on in the world of Supercoach at least. Yeah, this week for NBA, week 10, 799 was a bit of a poor performance. Obviously, underlined by an injured captain, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we have slipped just outside the top 3K. So we're looking to move our way back into there this week. In terms of the team this week, SGA was good with 123. Kevin Porter Jr. with 99 continues to be good for us and make some cash. Spencer with 24 is probably peaked in price, but we'll probably won't be trading them this week just because there's other assets that need to be traded first. Anthony Black, though, was quite good with a 103. Sounds like Suggs had an injury, so I think Black was filling in for him and did the job. Newpool was 60, was good enough. Wells, 32, also struggling a little bit. But Jokic is captain, 26, out for at least a month. So we've got a lot of money to spend this week, which is nice. With Jokic out. Huff 32 this week, and looks like he has dropped down the depth chart. So possibly another one we will look to move on. Avdia was good with a 127. Pretty sure that was the top score for our team. Flag with 52 was okay. Jackson 35 on the bench, making a little bit of coin. Johnson 103 is solid. Queen with 57 was alright. Reynolds was 62, would have been a little bit better. And then Wemby was 75, actually losing a bit of value. I think he is under a bit of an injury cloud as well. So not too sure what to do about him at the moment. In terms of the game day matchups, we'll have to go back. So in the first league, lost to Tatum's Rising, James's team. He scored 861 this week. Had the same captain. Can't believe Jokic dropped out even with the captaincy as my lowest score. That's unreal. But had Barnes and Edwards, Doncic, so probably three sort of keepers there where we had Wemby, I guess, as a keeper, but then the likes of Porter Jr., Flag, Newport, Queen, these sort of cheap to mid price guys. So we might want to look at starting to flip a few of them. Across the league, though, top score, just double check, I think it was the 950 to Denver 36ers, Shane's team. So he had Danny Abdiya, Jamal Murray with 113, obviously in the absence of Jokic, picking up some slack there. Had Giannis for a 136, so it looks like he is back from injury. Donovan Mitchell with a 116 as well was pretty handy. And then in the second league, got a win over Melo's Nuggets, Matt's team with a 734. So Donovan Mitchell as well. Larson's 20 was a bit unfortunate. Had Giannis though, so some good and some bad there. Top score in this league. So it looks like the top two both played each other. So shout out to Noah's team. But giddy up, Joshua's team with a 913 topping it this week. So Johnson, Barnes, Wemby, Mitchell, Black, Queen, SGA, Abdul, Murray. See, yeah, you sort of look at those names. It's a pretty strong looking squad you've got there, Josh. So well done. Legend, keep it going. So if we have a look at the other players real quickly that did well this week, Banchero, number one with a 140 this week. Pretty popular owned as well with a 14% ownership. Giannis, some pretty popularly owned as well. So you can see we didn't have any of the top five, which obviously three of them quite popular as well, which did hurt our overall rank. Holgram, 132 is interesting at a bit of a cheap price point. Um, Zion with a 121. So well done to the 1.4% that kept the faith with him. Dyson Daniels, 114 at his cheap price is very tempting. Um, no sort of sub 10s there at the moment. So Cornet, the backup centre for the Spurs, went well this week, just over 10 mil though. Edgecombe, so well done to the 34% that still own him. He's going to make a bit of money, you'd imagine, all for 99 this week. So speaking of which, let's have a look at break evens. So Micah Potter, so it looks like here's the starting centre there at Indiana. Off 63 this week, negative 11 break even. Could be a nice cheapie there. Uh, Sasa, don't know too much about him. Don't think he's on the starting depth chart there. We can have a bit of a look at Detroit just quickly. So I guess, yeah, there's a couple before him that are out injured. So getting a bit of a look there at the guard. But Cunningham to come back, Robinson coming back soon. Probably wouldn't worry too much about that. I guess the one that I'm interested in, partly because of the price, but also the job security, is Deron Holmes. So it looks like he is the starting center in place of Jokic for the next month. So 37. Obviously, we're not expecting him to set the world on fire, but he is 3.5 mil. So that will free up some cash for some other positions. So I think they're the two options. Potter if you need a bit more of a playable option. Holmes if you're just looking to bank some cash. So speaking of banking cash, the team this week. So the obvious one is Jokic out, and I think the obvious in is there is Giannis straight swap. Um, so that gives us 10 mil in the bank. Um, and I guess what we've seen is a few of those other teams they've got a little bit more cash on field. So we want to see if we can try to make that happen. Obviously, 10 mil doesn't go too far. Um, but I think if we were to do half down to homes, so that gives us 14 million. So we do have one boost left. So this might be an opportunity to sort of upgrade. Split the filter. So I guess the first player, just looking at scores and averages, Maxi on the four gamer this week, averaging 32 for the season. I guess the issue with him is he is point guard. We've already got SGA. It obviously locks us out of a Luca, for example. Um, but you can flip those guys around, I guess, based on matchups. Scotty Barnes could also go on the point guard or the small forward position, but I guess with Avdia Johnson pretty much there, because we'll probably want to try to move Giannis down if we can. Makes it a bit tougher. I guess the other thing is we do have the flex that we could consider. So if we were to go Maxi and Barnes, we'd need to. Let's just put him in and see what happens. So we need to find 20 million. So I guess looking at the matchups, you've got SGA's on a four. Well, we're not trading there. Black's on a four, so he stays. Spencer and Wells on a four, albeit not doing the best at the moment. Um, I guess Newport and Queen on average would be the two that you would downgrade, but they've both got four this week. Kevin Porter's only got three this week. Guess means Giannis has only got three, but Giannis is a keeper. Cooper Flag, I guess, is the one that's standing out. Only 3 games this week. That's his break even, 73. So he's probably done his job for us there. So Barnes fits in there. So 8.4. So if we trade Spencer, it just means we can't get Porter down here. We don't quite have enough cash on Wells's head. So maybe it is Con. I think Con had a bit of an injury issue as well. Oh no, sorry, injuries 101. Yeah, so back, well, should be back today. Upgraded to probable. Okay, so should play the four. Although I guess we're trading out Cooper Flag. What would you prefer, Con or Maxi? I think when you look at it like that, it's pretty straightforward. So I'll just get rid of that for a second, just so we can slide Porter Jr. down, get Maxi in, and there's our four trades. Our last boost gone, but I think being able to turn essentially what was Jokic and a couple of mid prices into three essentially keepers with Barnes, Avdia, Giannis, and then yeah, the starting 11's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to swing Giannis around here. Um, I'll put Queen in the flex just so yeah. So I guess the or 10. Sorry, what do I think there was two centers on field. So just having a look through, we've got SGA and Maxi there, shooting guards, which that's all right. We've got a bit of money there on the bench that we can probably try to use to upgrade there. So that's looking all right. A little bit less cash here. Essentially, we've got Reynolds and Queen's money to upgrade to our 10th player moving forward. So, but other than that, I think we're getting pretty close to the full premium. So maybe that's the play over the next couple of rounds is sort of 3 downgrades, 3 upgrades would be ideal. But we'll just have to see how it pans out. In terms of captaincy this week, with Wemby under a bit of a fitness cloud, we're not going to worry about him. Giannis is only on 3. Um, so I think SGA seems to be the safest option. Um, and then I guess Jalen Johnson VC in case it doesn't work out. Obviously, Maxi could be in there as well. Yeah, I guess it's pretty good when you get to this stage because you can have any of these sort of keeper type options on their 4 games, could be an option. So yeah, that's the team. I'll get this wrapped up, get it up before we kick off in just a couple of hours from the time of recording. So hopefully this will be out before lockout for anyone that needs some last minute uh, guidance, if you can call it that. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next one.